I broke it. Hey garden friends, welcome back to Not Quite Homesteading, ESK Garden. Today I'm going to be in the garden doing a kind of like a last minute, like not a last minute. I'm going to be in the garden doing a kind of like last winter harvest. So I think I'm going to pull all of the remainder of our winter crops. I'll probably be cutting some of them out as I'm doing it and really making the transition to prepare the beds for summer. So I want to get as much as I can out of the garden today. I'm gonna go ahead and process and preserve and do all the good things that we need to do. Some of these plants, while they are going to be left behind, they will be coming out in like the next week or two, so that we can just fully transition stuff over. One of my beds is delayed going down. I'm waiting on some parts in order to do it, so therefore that's kind of forcing me to get rid of some things that I have in the garden right now, so that I can make space for things that really need to get out of some of the starting pots that I had them in, and they can get growing. So I appreciate you guys for coming along on another video. If you are new here, if you're a gardening enthusiast, if you love a good gardening journey, or if you're just someone that is a new gardener looking for community support, definitely leave me a comment down below. Hit the subscribe button. Let's engage and have some fun around this gardening thing. So I think I'm going to start with these carrots. I'm going to pull the rest of these out, and hopefully they are where they need to be, because it's just time. Okay. Oh wow, that's a fatty.
I say I came around after grab my sweater, and the both just staring at me.
That is a fatty, y'all. This is probably the biggest red carrot I've grown. But I want to get you guys this. These are like the newer sprouts.
Oh.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm ready to get these all out.
It's edible.
We actually doing stuff with our carrots. My tomato plants are in bad shape here. Okay, I feel like that was enough. So these are a few Nanta's carrots. I don't know why this one came out round. Maybe it was just a way, or maybe there was a wrong seed in there. Oh, come on, carrot. Okay. Look. So we got a nice size Nanta's carrot here. Love to see that. I am really ecstatic about this, y'all. These are some really good sized Nanta's carrots. I'm so proud of myself. Like, it took a few rounds for me to get them right finally, but I'm so happy that we have like usable, decent sized carrots now. Let me see. Yeah. So I do have another bag that I started in the spring. I'm going to check to see if I can do one more sowing of carrots before it's too late. But I think with that, that should be enough to get us through to like the fall season, where we would be able to then plant more carrots to have. But I'm gonna see. I don't want to get out ahead of myself, but I am so excited. This is like such a huge win and good feeling, because my first, I think it was what, like the first round or two with carrots, they were like minuscule size, and you know, we saved them. I'm still gonna use them. I'm gonna throw them in like some broth. They're in the freezer. But to get like usable carrots, you know, on maybe like the third try for being like a new gardener, y'all, this is exciting. All right, so we got that carrot bag cleared out. We got the purple carrot bag cleared out. So that gives us like really good room for some of our pepper plants to go in the next day or so. The next thing I'm gonna pull is all of these daikon radishes, and I do have one that's going to flower, which is kind of sucky. Now I don't know where these are. When I initially started pulling them, like some were like, you know, probably the size of some of the carrots that we saw. I didn't think they were really ready, but at this point I think it's just a little too warm for them. So we're gonna be back to kind of our normal temperatures like after today, and I don't want any more of them to go to seed. And then depending on what comes out, I may just leave this one so I can get seeds from it, so that I don't have to purchase them next year in the event that I really like them. Yeah, I think this is a good example of things being too close together. Oh, I broke it. That sucks. Alright, y'all, so the camera died. I'm in the process of pulling up like the daikon radishes, and I will say this is just another lesson in not planting too closely together. The majority of them kind of look like this, so they really didn't do a lot. They didn't have, I think, the time they needed to really bulb out, but I think in large part it ended up still being too much stuff in the actual bag, because all the things that are like growing have a taproot. So lesson learned for next time, I will just plant these in their own space, spaced out a little bit more. And I probably will feed them more, because I don't think I fed these enough considering how many things were in the bag. So I have some, I want to pull these green onions. I'm probably going to pull the majority of them, simply because a lot of them are overgrown and they're experiencing like issues with blight. So I want to give the dill a chance to grow up. What I probably will end up doing is planting some new seed around like I did the last time. That's what happened last time. And then I couldn't get the stuff out. But I have several of them trying to go to flower, and I don't want them to flower. I basically, oh, come on. I'm gonna have to get my little shovel. So I pulled out all these green onions. Like, these green onion roots are no joke, y'all. So think about where you plant your green onions, because if you ever want to pull them up, like, you're basically going to pull up like quite a bit of the soil to do it. But these are all going to go out. They just suffered like blight. They've been intermingled with plants that have blight on them, and as I put new plants in, I just don't want to have to deal with like something already carrying disease. So I will plant new ones along with my plants that I'm gonna replant in here, and we'll just start fresh for the spring. So I guess it's turned into a harvest and clean, because I wasn't really planning on cleaning in this video, but it does make it a little bit easier to just do it while I'm harvesting, so that when I'm ready to do the next thing, I can just get to it. All I'm going to be doing right now is thinning some of these rutabagas. They're just way too clustered together. So anything that I can go ahead and cut and pull, I'm going to do that. I went ahead and thinned the rutabagas. I only left a few of them in there, as well as like my fennel, so that they can actually bulb properly. I'm gonna really have to give them something to be able to bulb. So I'll probably add some bone meal and then also fertilize them with like some of my liquid fertilizer. But I got that cleaned out. There is room probably for like a pepper plant to go in there or something. So I think I'm gonna leverage the space that I have. That should not interfere with whatever is going on with the bulbing for the other two crops. And I think we did some pretty good cleanup in this little area here. I'm gonna go ahead and water some of these things. I'll probably do that off camera, but I'm gonna harvest some more of these collard greens because the collards are just growing out of control, and I probably will end up pulling out some more of the celery. And I think I'm gonna give some of these things to one of my neighbors. Right now I do have quite a bit of celery in the refrigerator that I do need to process, and while I'm sure I could find some uses for it, like I've said in plenty of my videos before, I'm pretty sure I've said it, you know, some of my goal is intended to just kind of share with people. And you know, if I ever get to the place where we're harvesting enough to do so, I would really love to be able to donate as well. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to see what we have here, how much room I have in my refrigerator, and then what I'm willing to do to preserve it, and then we'll determine what we can actually comfortably give away at this point. All right, so we're harvesting collard greens. Now I know y'all probably tired of seeing me harvest collard greens, but I'm telling you, these plants are outdoing themselves, so we're just gonna take it while we can get it. All right, friends, that's it for today. I finished harvesting everything I was gonna harvest. The only plant that I think I have left that I will probably pull out ahead of our summer garden is my parsnips. So I appreciate you guys spending some time with me in the garden today. I hope you enjoyed this harvest. The carrot harvest was super exciting, and I cannot wait to see what else is to come from the garden. This has been an amazing experience, and you know, I'm so happy that you guys are deciding to follow along with it. Let's continue learning, sowing, and growing together, friends, and until our next garden update, bye.